Antoinette Sea-Gerald and the proud leader of Daughters of Eve at Third Baptist Church of Chicago, and this is your Black History Moment. When I think about the political climate of today, I think about the most powerful Black woman that we had in the 60s, and that brought me to Shirley Anita St. Hill Chisholm. Back in 1968, she was the first African-American woman in Congress, and in 1972 was the first woman and the first African-American to seek the nomination for President of the United States from one of the two major political parties. Her motto and even the title of her autobiography is Unbought and Unbossed, which illustrated her outspoken advocacy for women and minorities during her 7 terms, 7, in the U.S. House of Representatives. She was born in Brooklyn on November 30th, 1924. Chisholm was the oldest of 4 daughters to immigrant parents, Charles St. Hill, a factory worker from Guyana, and Ruby Steele St. Hill, a seamstress from Barbados. She graduated from Brooklyn Girls High in 1942 and from Brooklyn College as cum laude in 1946, where she was a prize debater. Although professors encouraged her to consider a political career, she replied that she faced a double handicap, both being Black and a female. Initially, Chisholm worked as a nursery school teacher, and in 1949, she was married to the absolute wonderful Conrad Chisholm, a private investigator in New York. Although she was happy being a wife and a teacher, she wasn't satisfied with her education, so she went back to Columbia University and got her master's degree in 1951. By 1960, she was a consultant to the New York City Division of Daycare. Ever aware of the racial and gender inequality, she joined local chapters of the League of Women Voters and the National Association of the Advancement of Colored People, better known as the NAACP, the Urban League, as well as the Democratic Party in Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn. In 1964, Chisholm ran for and became the second African-American in the New York State Legislature, after court-ordered redistricting created a new, heavily Democratic district in her own neighborhood. In 1968, Chisholm sought and won a seat in Congress. There, she was better known as Fighting Shirley, introduced more than 50 pieces of legislation, and championed racial and gender equality, the plight of the poor, and the ending of the Vietnam War. She was a co-founder of the National Women's Political Caucus in 1971. However, in 1972, she sought the presidential nomination. However, she was blocked for participating in televised preliminary debates, and after taking legal action, was finally permitted to make just one speech. But still, students, women, minorities, they followed the Chisholm Trail. Unfortunately, she didn't win that. However, she did get 152 delegate votes. And although she was met with under-financed campaign and contentiousness, she still lived on to fight another fight. And in 1977, she became the first Black woman and second woman ever to serve on the powerful House Rules Committee. Chisholm retired from Congress in 1983. She taught at Mount Holyoke College and co-founded the National Political Congress of Black Women. In 1991, she moved to Florida, and then later she declined even a nomination to be an ambassador to Jamaica. In 1993, she was inducted into the National Women Hall of Fame. She wanted to be remembered for one who dared to be a catalyst of change. Chisholm died January 1st, 2005 at her home in Florida. But at her funeral, the ministers said that Chisholm had brought about a change because she showed up, she stood up, and she spoke up. She's now buried in a mausoleum in Buffalo, New York, and her legend is inscribed even on her vault that says, Unbought and Unbossed. In November of 2015, President Obama, the first African-American president, awarded her after death the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Now, some of the quotes that I love that she wrote was service is the rent that you pay for the room on this earth. And the other one, and the most amazing one, is if they don't give you a seat at the table, bring a folding chair. That's Fighting Shirley Chisholm. Thank you.